Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol DRYS. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like a few weeks worth of time, it's actually just the past 2 days broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis on Friday, so that's where these green and red line annotations are coming from. And today, from a presentation standpoint, things are somewhat tricky because there is a whole lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a day trader and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there and you wanted to sell within 3 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. There was a big pullback today. But from the big picture of things, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base. And when you have higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different outlook and strategy going into the trade. So on that note, the first update that needs to be done comes from a foundational principle in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So for those of you that maybe did watch the video and remember from Friday, hopefully remember me talking about right up here around $3.70 as that level of resistance. And now that the price is broken up above it, like the rule states, you would want to see it act as support. And so far, so good. Actually, this afternoon, the price didn't quite hit it, but I think we'd all agree got well within the vicinity of it. And that price is indeed holding strong so far. And the reason that's important is, let's say the price actually does this a few more times, comes down here and just kind of flirts around with this area here. Again, I fully realize, and which is why I try to offer up the disclaimer, if you're a day trader and you bought, somewhere up around here, then you couldn't care less about, this area down here on the chart. But for the big picture players, what would you have if the price does indeed bounce around 370 a few more times? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have the previous overall base down there. If you look at these as stair steps, the overall stair steps are still very clearly heading in the upwards direction. So yeah, I get it. Today the price pulled back, but that's all a matter of perspective. The bulls still have plenty of chances, plenty of wiggle room to build that higher stair step. And as long as you have those higher stair steps, the long-term uptrend is still in the bulls' favor. So I'm not going to talk about levels of resistance or anything, because in my opinion right now, top priority is building and stabilizing at a higher level. So building a higher stair step, not necessarily breaking levels of resistance, because as long as the price builds higher lows over time, the chart will take care of itself, which includes breaking those areas of resistance. So we'll see how the week unfolds. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.